For the first time publicly, a Grand Valley State student is opening up to Target 8 about why she sparked a federal investigation into the school. More and more college students are reporting sexual assaults around the country. And the GVSU student says West Michigan is no different. She's telling us what happened the night she says she was raped and why she says GVSU isn't doing enough to stop such violence.
Grand Valley State student Sarah Chittenden says the last 2 years have been her hardest. She says a student raped her at an off-campus apartment.
Because he's significantly heavier than I am, so the weight on my chest, it was hard for me to even speak because I couldn't breathe.
GVSU punished the other student, but Chittenden says it wasn't enough.
If I can come forward to provide a local dialogue about this, I will.
She filed a complaint with the U.S. Department of Education, saying the university failed to uphold Title IX. The law is best known for ensuring equal treatment of student athletes, but it also requires prompt and thorough handling of sexual assault complaints.
Why would I lie? I'm not asking for money for him. I'm not showing up, you know what I mean? I don't have anything to gain from this. The only thing I have to gain is a sense of peace or justice.
Chittenden says she knew the student through friends. He was never criminally charged because she never went to police. She had no evidence, making it her word over his. So she turned to the university, hoping he'd be expelled so she wouldn't be afraid on campus. But that didn't happen. In fact, they still had classes in the same building.
It's really nerve-wracking when you want to take a bathroom break from class or go get food, but you're nervous that he's going to be there.
Chittenden says it had such an impact on her studies, she failed one of her classes. Her case did go to trial on campus, handled by university staff. She showed Target 8 an email from the university. It says a hearing officer determined the student was responsible for violating school code related to sexual assault. The student's punishment, no contact with Chittenden, probation, meet with the university men's group, and write a 3-page paper.
You're accommodating the rapist. You're not accommodating me. You're not trying to, make my experience easier. They don't really care if I'm going to drop out. They don't really care if I'm struggling to get through class.
Chittenden says GVSU took nearly 6 months longer to process her case than Title IX recommends. I sat down with GVSU Title IX coordinator Dwight Hamilton. Officials won't talk about Chittenden's case, but they did talk about how they handle such complaints.
Was Grand Valley not following Title IX?
Department of Education, when they issued their audit letter, they state very clearly that just because they're conducting an audit does not mean that there is a compliance issue at the university. We're in an
Were
environment.
You guys compliant?
Yes. Yes. And we believe, at the end of the audit period, that the Department of Education will find that we have been following their guidelines in good faith.
Hamilton says each case requires thorough investigation to be fair to both the victim and the suspect, and that takes time. However, they are making changes to speed up the process, and they just hired an investigator.
Nobody on this campus is supporting sexual assault. Nobody.
But should the punishments be harsher here?
The people involved in the process who are directly involved in all of the information have to make a fair and reasonable decision that they believe is appropriate.
You have confidence in those people?
I do have confidence.
GVSU is actually one of nearly 100 universities and colleges under federal investigation, including the University of Michigan and Michigan State. Target 8 discovered the feds have added roughly 30 more to their list under investigation.
87 institutions are under investigation right now. What does that say to you?
This isn't going to be swept under the rug anymore. People are listening and watching what you do.
The Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights started investigating GVSU last month. Officials tell me they try to wrap up these investigations within 6 months, but some take longer considering the issues involved.